Guys, welcome back to DeFi, Degens, Drip, and Farm for Poverty, where on this channel, our vision is to empower the impoverished by helping you find financial freedom through crypto assets. Please subscribe and leave a comment and a thumbs up. Hey guys, welcome back to DeFi, Degens, Drip, and Farm for Poverty. So this video is specifically out there for all those degenerates that like to gamble, and you're not taking this as financial advice, but you are looking for that YOLO, Hail Mary, whatever the hell you want to call it. You're like, you know what, screw it, let's see what happens. I'm willing to take a gamble. This video is for you. I'm going to show you an idea that I have and something I've already done. But if you're on the sidelines, this might be something of interest. But of course, disclaimer, not financial advice. So I repeat, do not do this if you are not a risk taker. You're not looking to gamble. It's going to put you in a situation that would be difficult. But for those that are willing to gamble and see what they can do, this is for you. So this is something I've already done myself, and that's how I was able to get my drip bag up to almost 2,000 now. So the idea, if you like to take risks, gambles, and you are bullish on Forex and his ability to develop. If you don't believe in the project, or you're skeptical, or you even have a shred of doubt, or you're not sure, don't listen any further. Just turn the video off. But those of you that like to gamble and you're like, screw it, YOLO, let's see what happens. Here's an idea. I'm just going to show you some numbers, right? So this is basically based off of the risk reward. So right now, I know the price of drip is extremely attractive to a lot of people, and you still may not have enough capital. You may not have any money on the sidelines, and you're like, yo, how can I get some capital? What can I do? And I'm going to show you what a $1,000 investment could do, and also some ways in which you could get that $1,000. Some that are more risky than others, but definitely a way to do that and still be able to pay your bills and all that stuff like that. So I went ahead and looked at this article, 19 different ways to make money online. So if you got like garage sale stuff, or you can volunteer somewhere, you can do some online work. There's Fiverr.com. You got Ubers. You can do online tutoring. There's selling classes and things of that nature, volunteering, all sorts of stuff, right? So the idea would be, how can you come up with $1,000? Like, not telling yourself, I don't have the money, I can't afford it. It's rephrasing the question so that your mind gets to work on being more creative versus limiting. If you already start off and say, I don't have $1,000, I can't afford $1,000, and your mind's going to come up with ways to justify how you can't afford it and why you don't have it. But if you instead say, how can I make $1,000 in the next 30 days? What skills do I have that I can start charging people to make money as quick as possible? Then you'll start getting creative and finding new ways to get that. And the reason I picked $1,000, quite simply, is because that right now will get you approximately 124 drip or so. Let's see, 1,000, that would be deposited into your drip balance. I'm gonna go ahead and make this 7.25 depending on when the video is. So you'd have 137 drip, and you would be able to have at the end of the deposit 124, right? So we're gonna just leave that at 124 for the sake of the video. So $1,000 right now will get you 124 drip into your deposit. And that's a great starting point. And again, you're risking $1,000. So again, get creative, look up some different ways to make $1,000, see what's available, all that other stuff. I have some gigs on Fiverr for my personal training. There's, I've hired people to write blogs for advertising. There's all sorts of stuff. You'll be surprised. Doing a couple gigs at $5, $20, freelancer.com, whatever. Just get creative, start looking for stuff, and see what you can do. Then on top of that, if you don't have that, or even a more, I call it risky but lucrative way to do that. So let's say you're going to do this, but you want to get in now and not miss the opportunity, not try to have the $1,000 by September. You want to have it right now. Well, I decided to look up loan rates, right? Now I know this only really applies to US people because it's all based on your credit score and things of that nature. So I just went in ahead and put a good credit score and see what the rates are. So rates are between 7% to 40%, we'll just round up, which is, yeah, technically a lot of interest for sure. But if, again, you're bullish on Forex and the ecosystem, when you do the math on 1% compounded, that's over 3,000% by the end of the year. And again, you wouldn't be having this paid out or dragging this out the entire year. But worst case scenario, if you did, you're looking at basically $102. So $1,000 loan for 1 year at 40% interest rate comes out to about $102 a month, and end up paying $230 in interest according to this calculator. So the question you'd be asking yourself it would be, how can I find an additional $110 a month to pay off this loan that I just got, if that be the case, right? So you could get the $1,000, put that all in the drip, and then look at these opportunities and say, okay, I need an additional $110. That's much more feasible, and you've already got the money in drip. So that's one way to look at that. But now let's look at what that can become. And again, don't do this if you got to mortgage the house, or you just, you're too stressed out, you don't know what's going to happen, yada, yada, yada. These are not things for the weary. But let's just say you did that, so 124 days. And again, you must have the mindset of at least 6 months. That's what I tell people for drip. I haven't been in 6 months yet. My 6 month mark will be literally in a week or so. And if we have the Animal Farm launch date by then, I believe I will actually see some positive price appreciation. So this has been the longest downturn for the drip price. But once these announcements come out and we're marketing, I don't think we'll have 6 months of continual sell pressure. So meaning, if you can have a 6 month time horizon where you're not looking at getting the money back, then I think going forward, you'll have pretty good chance of ROIing. So 124 drip balance, 180 days at the current drip price will basically take you out to, at the end of 180 days, to 680 drip tokens, right? And at the current price, that gives you 585, what is this? Claim, sorry. The value is 4,774. So if you were to claim one of those, let's just look at that, what that would be. 680 times 0.01. Remember, you get that per day. And then that's claimed, and now you got to sell it, times 0.9. So you have 612 drip times the price of drip at that price. So you would have just made $42 in that that 1 day at the 6 month mark. Now remember, if you're bullish on this, then the price of drip is not going to stay at these prices. So I personally believe by the end of the year, we will definitely be hovering around the $30 to $30 mark to the $50 mark. So that is a 4 to 7x from the current price. So that means you can multiply this by 4, that's $160 you could claim, or multiply it by 7, and it's almost $300 that you could claim. So you would be able to potentially pay off that loan in full, because remember, you've been making $100 a month that you've been paying towards it, so $600 has been paid off. At the end of the year, if drip is at the prices that I think it will be, and probably a lot of other people think it'd be even higher than that, 2 claims and your loan is completely done, and you still have all of this that you can continue hydrating and accumulating, taking profits, whatever the case may be. So again, this is very, very risky, and that's why I went with such a low number, because I don't know anybody's financial situations out there, so I'm not going to try to degrade anyone and say, this is feasible or not feasible. But if you have a steady job and you can look at budgeting and cutting some expenses back, and you also are willing to get creative on trying to increase your income versus limiting your mindset saying you don't have it, this would be a great opportunity, because the risk reward for this is the other thing you really need to factor in. People are always hung up on the price and money and things of that nature. And what I always preach on this channel is the mindset. So what are you getting out of this $1,000? Well, if you put this $1,000 into drip, yes, you're hoping for price appreciation, but what you're really actually paying for is knowledge. You are learning how to interact with a smart contract. You are learning how to claim and sell, and how to budget, and how to take profits responsibly. All of that knowledge will pay substantial dividends in the future. Whereas if you just sat on the sidelines on your hand, the only way to learn things is to actually get your hands dirty, get in there and click some buttons and do things, right? One of my mentors, Tom Bilyeu, says that taking action and failing is one of the most information-rich data streams that you can tap into. Meaning, if you're willing to take the risk and fall on your face, you will learn so much more during that process. So think of this as like a $1,000 crash course in crypto that you will be investing in to understand blockchain, understand smart contracts, understand how community affects sentiment in the markets. Like, you're gonna learn so much in these 6 months that even if the risk reward, even if it went to complete zero, you paid basically $110 a month for a in-depth crash course on crypto. that's priceless because crypto is not going anywhere. So your understanding and what you will learn in that 6 months is profound. And that's why I've learned so much doing this research and digging and making these videos. So I've grown substantially by trying to educate you guys. I educate myself. So you're investing in the knowledge, you're investing in the understanding and the use case of what blockchain will do in the future and all the developments that are going to come out in these 6 months that you're in here. So if you're willing to take that risk and look for some additional capital on the sidelines and willing to invest in a project that you believe is going to be here, then you don't lose anything because you're investing in knowledge. So you're spending $1,000 to learn about the protocol. Anything above that you can claim is just icing on top of the cake. So that's my not financial advice video. So if you're willing to take that risk reward, which in that case, you're talking about risking $1,000 for, oh man, like right now at $7, the all-time high was 170, 180. So what is that, a third 15x or something like that? That you would be, hey, what happened? Willing to price return, sorry, 24x at the all-time high. So even half of that is 12x. So your risk reward 12 to 1, going up from here from 7 to 70, 10 to 1. From 7 to 35, that's a 5 to 1. Like, you're not going to find these odds in the stock market, in penny stocks, and options, or anywhere in this short time frame. A 5 to 1 on your investment, which is extremely feasible for us to get back to $30 value. And that's what I'm saying by the end of 6 months, with all of these use cases and additional development coming on the forefront and all of the marketing and the bigger community and all that stuff. It's extremely, extremely likely that this would happen. So $35. Let's just say 30, you're looking at a 4 to 1 risk ratio. Meaning you're putting up $1,000 and you're looking at getting back a minimum of 4,000 if it was just a flat rate 4 to 1 ratio, but you get the price appreciation of the token. So you get also all of this. So as I said before, you'd be able to claim out 6.8 trip a day. So with the 4 to 1 ratio, 6.8 times $28, you would have almost, you got to multiply that by taxes, $150 that you would claim out. That is crazy, 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 crazy. So why not take that chance if you have that kind of risk tolerance and if you are betting on yourself to be able to pay these bills? Then of course, not financial advice, then I would say, YOLO, go for it. And if you're on my team, let me know before you do that so I can be sure that we capture some of that value in the community wallet. So that you're on the right hydration cycle and I can afford to give that back to you guys. So that would be really awesome. But if not, best of luck in other projects. If you're trying to dabble your toe in or whatever, I'm in the sentiment with Stunner Breezy, bring the sledgehammer and hope for the best and just use that as a learning opportunity. Don't put yourself in a situation where it's going to become questionable and you're going to be sleeping on the streets. But if you can afford to take that risk and you're looking at the risk as an investment in knowledge, then you don't lose anything. You have everything to gain, nothing but upside potential. So until next time, guys, lift daily and achieve your impossible. See ya.